Hello, everybody. If you're here just to watch my performance, by all means, just jump ahead of this video. This is kind of a little different. I'm doing basically like an introduction of how I kind of approach First Take Fridays, and maybe that can provide some guidance for some of you guys. So, yeah, maybe it'll be super helpful. Who knows? Anyways, let's keep on keeping on. This is going to be a different First Take Friday. This is going to be how I basically process everything, and how I kind of go through it myself. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this prep work section of the video, but it might, interest you. I've already downloaded the backing track, but otherwise, I would use this program that's called Clip Grab, which I need to update apparently. Clip Grab, you just put the link right here, and then you can download it as a video, as MP3, whatever. So I did that already. I haven't really listened to it except for the first like 5 seconds of it, and I think it starts with like a little bass line kind of thing. Now, usually, 100% I follow this line right here. One take only, though you can give it a listen once before recording over the top of it. If I'm really confused, I might listen to it a couple times or 3 times. But in this case, we are just going to listen to it one time. And of course, so that's what we're going to do. So let's listen to this a little bit, and then I'll give you some of the ideas that I come up with. So right off the bat, we have that bass line going. And we have this kind of like droning guitar, just strumming the E chord, I think. And then we have something else kind of going up and then back down. And to me, it sounds like it's going from E to the minor third, down to the second, right? So there's a change here. There's a change where it's kind of just like really big chords going on. Nothing too complex. And then we have this kind of like melody thing over the top. Na 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 na. I think. Well, close enough. I haven't listened to the track. That's just me trying to like get a feel for it and trying to see what is going on here. And then from this point forward, it probably repeats. So let's see. Yep. That in mind, I kind of already start in my head to kind of get ideas. So, that said, let's go into Logic and let's actually start working on this. We have a spanking new instance of Logic, and I'm gonna just drag this in. I'm gonna use purely plugins today. I've been using my amp, but I'm way too lazy to go get it because it is just a big, heavy behemoth. So I'd rather just use plugins. So I'm using my Scarlett 2i2 with a Mogami cable, and the Scarlett is of course plugged in to the laptop. And then I have my guitar, which is a Sir Modern. And then I use my in-ears to hear myself over here, right? And that's basically the setup. So from there, in terms of plugins, what I like to use is I'll use Bias Amp. I like to use Bias Amp because I feel like it's a much more raw sound. It's just a fuller sound to me, so I might work out, oh, I want this amp and I'll do this or do that. Or sometimes I'll get some of the amps from Bias Amp and move them into Bias Effects. But in this case, again, I think simple will be better. So I might use maybe the Soldano lead, Super Overdrive, whatever. Or maybe I'll use one of these other models that I downloaded. And then as for effects, which is pretty important, usually I'll just use reverb and usually a little bit of delay. And that's basically all I need. Though maybe I'll go into, some modulation or something. That might be really cool. So I might do a phaser or a chorus or something. So we'll see. Another super important thing is I use this LePou. And LePou is important because you can add in your specific impulse responses. and you can dial them however you want. You can order them to be in stereo and everything. This is important. I think with any plugin that you use, I think these impulse responses will be much more important than the plugin itself. Rock Rack sounds good in general, so I might use that, right? It just depends on whatever it is that kind of fits for you, right? I might use this instead of bias amp or bias effects. Might just be better, you know, for what I want to do. So we'll see. Let's do it.